Here's how you can build a curling draw schedule, adjust the layout, add extra games, and share the finished result. You can do this on a phone, but a computer or at least a tablet is a much better fit. Larger schedules and drag and drop editing benefit from the extra screen space. We'll start with the basic round robin, then work through the tools for seasons that do not fit the default perfectly. Before doing new schedule math, we check for a matching, best-in-class layout. These are known schedules we have already selected for specific team and sheet combinations, including the default 8-team, 4-sheet draw. Regenerate and optimize are disabled while that exact layout is in use. Teams controls who belongs in the round robin, while sheets controls how many games can run at once. The default is 8 teams on 4 sheets. For this example, we'll change that to 10 teams, and the schedule rebuilds immediately. No exact layout fits this combination, so a schedule is generated and given an initial optimization pass. By default, every round begins on a fresh row. With 10 teams and only 4 sheets, one round needs more than one row, so the second row has unused sheets. Fill blanks with the next round moves games from later rounds into those spaces whenever both teams are free. It reduces the number of draws without changing the matchups or scheduling a team twice. You can adjust the generated result directly. Drag a game into an open cell. Drop it on another game to swap the 2 positions, which is useful when the matchups are right, but the draw or sheet assignments need work. As you hover a game over a target, we check for conflicts before you drop it. Red highlights mean one of the teams would already be playing in that draw. You can inspect the affected games before deciding whether to place it there. To leave a game unassigned, drag it into the game queue. The game stays part of the schedule, the queued stat updates, and you can drag it back into any valid position later. This is handy while you make room or compare possible swaps. The repeat stats update after every move. Select any non-zero stat to see what contributes to it. Max shows the greatest number of extra visits to the same sheet by one team. The affected games are outlined, and that team is colored and underlined in its first game, and each extra visit. Total adds every extra sheet visit across all teams. Back-to-back finds teams returning to the same sheet in consecutive draws. Queued counts unassigned games. Optimize searches through possible game swaps and keeps the changes that improve sheet fairness. It preserves the matchups and draws, but it may swap games between sheets within a draw. On this generated 14-team, 8-sheet schedule, the first pass reduces highlighted back-to-back repeats from 12 to 10. A second pass brings them down to 2. You can run it again, but once it cannot find a better arrangement, the schedule stays unchanged. Shuffle teams keeps the schedule's game positions and fairness pattern, then reassigns the teams across the generated matchups. Use it when you like the structure but want a different team order. Any ad hoc matchups stay attached to the teams you chose. Iteration sets how many times each pair of teams plays. For 10 teams, one iteration has 45 games and 2 iterations have 90. When a best-in-class layout matches, it is reused for each iteration. Otherwise, the full multi-iteration schedule is generated, and the game badges identify each iteration and round. If there are a few extra weeks but not enough for another complete iteration, you can add an ad hoc game instead. Choose the 2 teams and select Add Game. It enters the queue and behaves like every other draggable game. Because teams 1 and 2 already meet twice in the schedule, the badge marks this as their 3rd meeting. Save stores the complete editable schedule in this browser. Give it a useful name such as Tuesday Night League. If that name already exists, you'll be asked before the saved copy is overwritten. A saved schedule can also produce a share code. The code includes the complete layout, names, settings, iterations, queued games, and ad hoc games. Copy it to send the editable schedule to another organizer. To open a schedule someone else shared, go to Schedules. Select Import Code and paste their code. Validate code shows the schedule name and size before anything is imported. Select Import to save it in this browser, or confirm overwrite if that exact saved schedule is already here. The saved schedule list now contains both examples. Load opens a different saved schedule, while reload discards unsaved changes and restores the active saved copy. Export CSV downloads the assigned games from either the working schedule or a saved row. The game queue is not included, and CSV cannot restore the editable layout. These schedules live only in your browser, not in an online account. Clearing the site's browser data deletes them. We keep this tool free to use on its own, and the same schedule building tools are directly integrated into Curling.io, where you can save and reuse schedules for your club.